Hey Phil,
Hey Ben.
what you up to?
Just showing off Twilio and Rails at this point.
Oh, yes.
And apparently my phone number.
Oh, your phone number. Well, let's publish that to the world.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
I've got a really good idea.
Yeah?
I reckon we should take your phone number
Yeah.
and my door and make some magic happen.
Let's do that.
What do you reckon?
Great idea.
Should we do it? Let's go. Come on. Hey everyone, I'm Ben from Auth0.
My name's Phil, I'm from Twilio.
We've been at Melbourne today and yesterday.
Yes, and Sydney before that.
You were in Brisbane, I didn't make it there.
I was in Brisbane.
Apparently it was great.
It was lovely.
But in Sydney, we took my door and Twilio's API and had some fun. So let's find out what we did. So let's have a quick look first at what device flow is. So the first time I gave this talk, I was using auth code flow, which allowed me to use an NFC card to unlock the door. The door didn't need any internet access. Device flow is an interesting new grant type that's come out in terms of authentication. It allows you to authenticate systems that don't have a traditional user interface like a keyboard or don't have a browser, therefore you can't do a normal login. So the way device flow works is the door in this instance is going to send a request off to Auth0, make a request for a device ID, which the door will then use whenever it talks to Auth0 in the future. It also gets a timeout, like the number of seconds, usually 900 seconds, that it's allowed to keep polling the server to get a token back, and a poll interval, which is typically 5 seconds. The other 3 bits of information it gets is a URL, a user code, and then a URL and user code combination, which the door needs to give to me or the door owner in some way to be able to authenticate back to the door. Right, so I've got a little flick switch here. It's basically like a smart switch. Connects via Bluetooth to a Bluetooth device. In this case, it's connected to the phone. At some point, I want to get it connected directly to the Raspberry Pi. But for now, the Flick app on the phone is waiting for me to press the button. As soon as it does, it's going to make a request via HTTP to port 5000 on the Raspberry Pi. So in our script here, we're setting up an incoming connection socket on port 5000. So as soon as I press the button, any request on port 5000 to the Raspberry Pi is going to trigger this the handling of the doorbell. So let's quit out of that. Right. So we're waiting for doorbell. So as soon as I press this button, we get a ding dong. So at this point, it's gone off to Auth0. It's made that request for the device flow information, the device code authentication, and here are the bits of information that I just mentioned before. Using the verification URI complete, we're able to then log in. It'll go to an Auth0 page that allows you to log in with a username and password, which will then return a JSON web token back to the door.
So this is the code that we use when the door receives the button press from the doorbell. So at the top here, we are requesting the device information from Auth0, and then we print that out. You saw that on the previous screen. Next up, we're getting some configuration for Twilio, in this case, who to actually send the message to. So we are storing that message in JSON box. It's just a JSON dump of data. In this case, it looks a bit like this. We get that information. We then use the Twilio library in Python here to initialize the client using our ID and auth token from the Twilio, from our Twilio account. And finally, this line here spreads over a lot of lines, but its single line is to send the message. And as you can see, we're using the config, the name of the person we're sending it to, the verification URI that we need to open the door. It's going to be sent from the door using an alphanumeric sender ID and to the config number that we got from JSONbox. Finally, you see it will print, and then the door will start trying to open itself. We'll see if it's allowed to open. So, since Ben is currently recording on the phone, we're going to use my phone to unlock the door this time around. So we need to start by adding my details into JSONbox just so that we can use that. JSONbox allows you to just post arbitrary data in. We're adding my number to this right now. And yes, it has loaded. Ah, cool. We should actually see that the data is all here, possibly more than once now. Yep. So I did that twice, but no worries. The actual script is going to be picking the first entry in this array, so it will be calling me. So let's go back to this. We need to run this program.
Oh, right, sorry, I haven't actually.
So we're just going to run the server right now. And it is waiting for the doorbell. So I'll ring the doorbell. Ding dong. That's the device config. We're now reaching out to JSONbox to get the data, sending the SMS to my phone. The SMS has arrived with a URL to unlock the door. So we are opening doors right now. If I confirm that, that is the device flow. I need to log in, so let me just put in our door@example.com and the password, which was...
Password.
Password, of course.
Highly secure.
Highly secure for the purposes of this demo. And once that's unlocked, we should see the door magically come to life. So that's how you use Auth0's device authorization flow and Twilio's SMS messaging to unlock this door.
Phil and I are planning on taking this talk on the road, so we might be coming to a conference near you. In the meanwhile, we're looking for an idea for a talk title. So if you've got any ideas, puns are very welcome. Hit us up below. Thanks for listening. Hey everyone, we're in Yow in Melbourne.
My name's Phil.
I'm Ben. And we just came from Sydney. And we have no idea what we're doing here. Hey everyone, I'm Ben from Auth0. This is Phil from Twilio. We're having a hell of a lot of fun at Yow Melbourne today.
I haven't been on camera for too long, and it's bugging me because I don't actually know what I'm doing.
That's right, nor do I. It's okay. This will be good for the takeout.
Great, yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben from device flow grant, device grant authorization, device flow thingy, something or other. I'll do a little bit of fadey later and cut this all out. Starts a device to authenticate back to the door. So this will then allow us to get the door to send the login. This will then allow the door.